Hello, harmonica players on internet. I hope you are having a good day. I am in the south of Sweden, and I'm playing a show tonight with Emil Ernebro. And luckily, I have Joel Andersson from JA Harmonicas in the audience. So I'm kind of nervous, Are my harmonicas in tune? Will he hear the leakage in my slider? Will the 6-hole overblow get stuck? Or 7 overdraw?
Have you brushed your teeth?
Not yet. But
Will you brush your teeth?
Exactly. But I think we're gonna do a little talk here about. Do you have any tips or recommendations for harmonica players that's gonna play a concert soon? What can you think about when preparing for a performance as a harmonica player?
I think, preparing for, if we're talking about the equipment, of course, then I'd say that, of course, clean your harmonicas. Make sure that there aren't too much stuff and debris and inside of them. And one thing, we have a dog at home, and one thing I notice is that dog hairs, of course, they get inside everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's
and
enough.
Mustache.
Yeah, and mustache hair as well. Yeah. And it's enough with a tiny hair to get into the harmonica.
To destroy a take.
Yeah. And then you got a stuck reed, and then...
But do you mean clean same day? Or, the day before? Or common sense? Or
Yeah, common sense. If you clean them a week before and you don't play that much.
At all.
At all. No, well,
keep them in the fridge.
That would be the best, of course. No, but partly that, and also keep them in a clean place. Store them in a clean place, so they're not don't just throw them down in at the bottom of a bag where there are other dirt and stuff that can get into the harmonicas. There's no problems if a reed gets stuck when you're sitting home practicing.
No.
But one place where you don't want it to get stuck is on the stage.
Yeah, during a song.
Yeah.
And yes, so my answer to Joel's first recommendation is I have not cleaned my harmonicas at all. Not any of them. But I remember I cleaned the slider on my chromatics first week of November. now it's middle of December. So 1.5 months.
Yeah.
Let's see if
it works.
I think I will take a test. We can record after the show too. But see how it worked out. Yeah, I will try the first set without cleaning. So cleaning. But then, do you think one should? Sit and check gapping same day as a concert, check tuning same day and those things? Or should you do that before, or should you just trust that it will work?
I always do it at least the day before, just to go through the things. And it all depends on how you are as a player. Partly cleaning for your sake is you have a very clean mouth when you're playing. I know that because I've serviced some of your harmonicas.
Yeah.
While some players, they have a very, very dirty mouth for some odd reason, but they all have a different pH value in this, with the saliva and all of that. And basically some people are more clean than others.
And then also what is not talked about so much is that certain medications can also affect saliva to make it more acid or go up and down. So you cannot help sometimes. Also.
No. It is what it is. Yeah. But that's something to be aware of. If you're a dirty player or you have a dirty mouth, then you have to clean your harmonicas more often.
Yeah. But now then we take a test. This harmonica, do you consider this beautiful Suzuki Series 64 with wood covers? Fantastic instrument. Is this clean, or if you just take a quick inspection?
I'd say that this is
10 out of 10.
This is definitely 10 out of 10 if you didn't clean it anything now.
And I think since 1st of November, me and Emil, we did 7 gigs in 3 days. And then I also did a Swedish session. So that week, I have to clean. But I think I have played maybe 15 concerts in 1.5.
But you know what? I think he's lying, because this is too clean.
Too clean. Okay, let's take the other one. Yeah. This one is more, if you look to the sides on the screws. Yeah.
Usually you can see in a harmonica where you can clean the cover plates and all of that, of course, but usually,
that I never do.
But usually you can see inside of the holes, in the sides of the holes. That's where dirt can
where the
get
grit
stuck.
is.
Yeah. But this one is very clean as well.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. You have a very clean mouth.
Oh, that's a good slider.
And it's a great slider. Can't barely hear that.
No. Thank you.
So yeah.
But this one.
Where did you pick that up?
I always have a 12-volt chromatic in my pocket. Yeah.
Just in your pocket?
Yes, in my backpack. That's a bit more dirty. I think I've practiced a bit on that one at home.
Yeah, this one is a little bit more dirty. I would say probably
8.
8 out of 10. Yeah. 8.5.
Yeah.
But still, the danger with having it like in your pocket as well is that there's tiny like
things,
dust particles and stuff that can get into the harmonica. And again, it's like the itty-bitty tiniest thing that can get into the reeds, and that will just
make life hard.
Life hard and make them stop working.
And now this is hard to show, but here on my diatonic case, it's like a mix and match of different diatonic harmonicas and keys and tunings. And I think they are pretty clean. I think a really dirty one is my G harp.
I think this is Philip's Frankenstein project.
Exactly. What do you think?
Would you say this one would be dirty or clean?
Dirty.
This one is a little bit dirtier, but not...
Not so.
Not
but the
awfully
A harp in this...
7 out of 10.
7, this one.
That's great as well. I'd say probably the same. But
Yeah.
you need to look at his cover blades. They're all
Banged up.
Yeah.
That's good for tone.
You're crushing your harmonicas. Look at that. He's a hard player.
Yes.
When it comes to holding them.
Holding them, exactly. Firm grip. Yeah.
No, but like cleaning them is a good thing to do, partly because of avoiding stuff getting stuck in the reeds, but it's also nice to play on a clean harmonica.
But then do you consider opening up a harmonica and just checking on things, checking the gapping, checking so you don't see? Is that also cleaning? Or is cleaning going to the sink and okay, now we do this? Or
that's more cleaning. I mean, yes.
Because I think I do a bit more of double checking. It's like, okay, I have to take off the covers now.
Yeah.
Because I have to see how things are going. But yeah.
And I suppose it also depends a little bit on the gig.
Yeah.
If you would be playing at like Avicii Arena in Stockholm,
exactly. For 15,000 people. Yeah, then I would clean. Yeah. And if I'm on TV, I will polish them.
You will even polish them.
So they shine. Yeah. But great, that's your main tip, to clean.
That's the main thing, and then of course...
And tune a day before.
Yeah, I mean, I am notorious when it comes to tuning my own harmonica, so I always want to keep them in tune. So I do that kind of like all the time. That's pretty good though. That's perfect. That's great. And the little that's out of tune, you can just intonate that.
Yeah. I mean, you can go easily 5 cents, almost 10. I think this one... There, 1 is a bit high.
Yeah. But usually, like, having the whole 1, it's better than it's slightly higher than lower anyway.
Yeah, it should be, because how the reed lives.
Yeah.
That's bad.
That's a bit of wobbly there.
But then...
Then it's in tune. That's a very common thing that a lot of people, they don't think that the harmonica is like an intonation instrument.
No, but it is.
But it actually is.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that you can just blow air into a hole and you get the perfect note, but that's not the case.
That's not the case, no. That's okay.
Sounds great.
Yeah, this is the new Manji Sky.
But the only reason why it sounds good is because it has a comb from J.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. A very light brown comb that you can buy from his website. But yeah, interesting. But yeah, I mean, and to be honest, this gig is more chromatic than diatonic. It's like 70% chromatic.
Oh, really?
And then 30% diatonic. Yeah.
Nice.
So
no, but cleaning would be my number one thing.
Yeah.
Checking like the gapping and tuning and all of that. I would want to do that like when I'm home practicing anyway.
yeah. But then, and when I clean, I take off the mouth. Talking chromatic, take off the mouthpiece, put like medium hot plus water, and then I just rub it. I take some hand wash liquid and then just rub the slider and the mouthpiece, and then I have a toothbrush, and then I let it air dry, or I like bank it to a paper towel. And then I let it. Still, it often has kind of a condensation on it, so I have to let it dry for like 20 minutes, 10 minutes, and then I put it together.
Yeah, but that works great. I usually use like isopropylene alcohol, like surface disinfection alcohol, on a cloth. Good thing with that, it like kills all bacteria and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and it also has like a cleaning effect.
Yeah, I have that too, but I do that as well. But I mostly use this hot water method.
Yeah, works great, for sure. Cool. No, but like in terms of equipment, I'd say check the cleanliness. That's a hard word. Before you do like the gig. Apart from that, brush your teeth, have a clean mouth, relax. Don't go up on stage being like unnecessarily nervous.
No.
And warm up before you play.
Yeah, great tips. And also remind yourself that, I mean, almost every other wind instrument in the world, you clean them after you have played. If you play saxophone, you put it together, you play, you take it apart, you clean it, you put it in the case. Flute, take it out, put it together, play it, take it apart, clean it, put it in. So, wind instrument at professional levels. Of course, you cannot clean certain wooden flutes and things in the same way, but
a little bit.
I mean, people put their trombones in the bathtub.
Yeah.
My professional trombone player friends, they taking a bath with the trombone, and then they have some stuff that the trombone is in the bathtub for 2 hours with some kind of stuff, and then it's super clean and put pictures online of that. So I think you should, if you have never cleaned your harmonica, do it.
Check it out.
Yeah, and have a awesome day, evening, night, morning, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.